Alright, it's Latsabb with the TechPB forums. Slinkaroo thought it was going to be a good plan if we all did some, meet the staff videos for all the TechPB mods. So I guess this is just going to be mine. It's supposed to be like some sort of quick autobiography, just discuss how we got here, a little bit about ourselves and all that. So my name's Adam Joshua Armstrong, 27 years old. I was originally born in Clear Lake, California, but we lived in a place called Harbin Hot Springs. So that's kind of like a nudist colony, actually. So I spent my first 2 years in a nudist colony, amazingly enough, before we moved down to Petaluma, California. I lived in Petaluma and Santa Rosa and another place called Roanoke Park for up until I was about 6. I went to a Montessori school for kindergarten and first grade. My mom decided that wasn't going to work out because she's paying money to basically have them tell me, go out and have fun. If you want to learn, learn. If you don't want to learn, then do whatever the hell you want. So she got tired of that. Put me in a regular school. And then when I was 6, we moved up to Fort Bragg, California. And I lived there for a while. And yeah, that town sucks. She still lives there, between there and Mendocino, and the town still sucks. But I guess if you're a tourist or something, it's got, it looks nice and there's stuff to do for like a weekend. If you live there, it's not so great. I moved away when I was 13. I moved in with my dad. He was in Santa Rosa still, so I lived there for another year before he decided that he was going to move to Oregon. He got a job through Target at their distribution center outside of Albany, Oregon. I think it was in Corvallis, but either way, outside Albany, Oregon. So I decided I didn't want to go to Oregon, kind of like California. So I moved back in with my mom up in Fort Bragg, and then I stayed there for some time. I decided that Fort Bragg still sucked. I didn't want to stick around, so I moved in with my dad in Albany, Oregon, and we lived there for a couple years. I did my first year of high school in Albany, at South Albany High. And then when I was away, I was visiting my mother during the summer, and I got a phone call from my dad saying that they were actually moving to Redding, California. So it was kind of weird. I didn't get to say goodbye to my friends or anything. It was just like, okay, we all go to summer vacation. Adam's going to go down to California. And then I just never went back. I never really, I was like 14, maybe 15. So it's not like I had any ability to tell them what had happened. There's maybe one or two that I got in contact with way back just because I had them on AIM. But other than that, just kind of sucked. So anyway, I did my last 3 years of high school in Redding, and then I was in ROTC. I had thought about joining the military, but my dad hooked me up with a job doing low voltage electricity, and I did structured cabling as a network technician with him. So that was actually a really good job. I wish I would have stuck with it. I was in my 2nd year of apprenticeship when I met my now wife. We were on vacation in Ohio, in I think it was called Columbiana, and it was like, I showed up. I had spoken with her actually, pathetically enough, on a video game, and she's from Norway. She was visiting some other people there, and I knew those other people as well, so I thought, hey, it'd be kind of cool to meet up and see these people from the game, since I was in the area. So I was there for 3 days, and we didn't really hit it off. I was actually in much better relations with some of the other people that were there, and I barely even spoke to my now wife. But yeah, after I went back to California, I talked with her on the phone a couple times when I was calling up the guy that lived there, and we discussed things and we kind of liked each other, and I said, hey, you want to fly out to California? I'll pay for the plane ticket. And she said, sure, why not? So she hopped on a plane November 11th of 2002, and never went home. So we got married 6 weeks after that. I was still 18. And still married. I'm 27 now, so we're going on 9 years here in December. So it's pretty crazy, actually. But we live in California. And my job had me work in 7 different states. So I traveled California, mostly Oregon, Washington, but we also did Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, maybe one other. I'm probably forgetting something. And then I was doing mostly Walmarts, Targets, Costco's, Sam's Clubs, stuff like that. So brand new and renovations, just structured cabling. Go in, set up all of their servers and all of their, all the cables that go in the building. Depending on the building, it was also what they called LP, loss prevention. So that was their security and all that. But we didn't hook up cameras because Walmart was really weird about the cameras. So yeah, like I said, it was a good job, and I ended up walking away from it in my second year of apprenticeship to move to Norway with my wife. And it was a bad plan. Still stuck here. We've been here for, God, was it like 8 years? Coming up in next January, it'll be 8 years. And we moved back to Texas in 2009. Or not back to Texas, we moved to Texas in 2009. We were there for 6 months, and it was absolutely amazing. And I worked as a broadband technician with Time Warner Cable. And that was absolutely fantastic. I loved Austin, Texas. So if I move back to the U.S., I would hope that it's going to be back to Austin. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how I got here. I'm still in Norway. But as far as paintballing, I played my first game of paintball when I was 13, in Oregon, actually. In Corvallis, there was a small field there, and actually the Naughty Dogs used to come down and play. So I didn't play with them. That was like ridiculously out of my league. But back then, they had mostly woods ball, and speedball was really only, I don't even think they had airball. They had X-ball, if I remember correctly. But mostly when people were talking speedball, there was like these huge cable reels that they just have hundreds of them out in this field, and you'd have to crouch down, kind of like, everything was like the snake in those places unless they had really, really big cable reels. But I didn't own a gun at that time, and I was renting a Tippmann carbine, and so I never went to the speedball field. There was a lot of other people there that had autocockers and mags and stuff like that, but I never went out there. I played strictly woods ball. And then I didn't really get into it because, like I said, I was 13, I didn't have any money. So it was really only when my other friends that also played paintball went, and they were a little bit more experienced than I was. So we moved to, as I said, Redding, California, and I started playing there with some of the people that I knew. And we got some other people into it, and somebody built a course in the backyard. So I mean, it was awesome because obviously he didn't charge us. We all used CO2 back then. That was back in like 1999, maybe 2000. So the best guy out there had an autococker, but I was stuck with a Spider shutter. Most other people had like a Spider Custom. Actually, the guy that had the autococker, his dad also played, and he had a sniper too. And we all laughed because it was a pump, but man, that guy shot at a bunch of people. And we played woods ball. Like I said, I'm not really big in speedball even now. I still like the woods. I still like crawling around and hiding, and I don't know, everybody says it's like, oh, just pretend like you're, the war simulation or whatever else, but I don't know, I just like it. I like to go around not knowing where the people are and being able to sneak up on them or have them sneak up on me or whatever else, and I feel speedball is over too fast. Like I said, you can't hide. I mean, maybe some of the people in the snake catch you off guard, but overall, I find that speedball is not just really rewarding to me. So I play it every once in a while, especially if there's nothing going on in the area here in Bergen. But it's typically just woods ball. We had several woods ball courses here, and one that's just like a half mile from my house actually. So it usually works out pretty well. So yeah, I don't get to play out. I don't get to go out and play as much as I want to. Obviously, I used to play every 2 weeks back before my son was born. But when he came in June of last year, things went kind of downhill from that. And I was actually building a woods ball course at that time, and I had to abandon the project because there's just no time. Now I got 2 kids, and it sucks. You know, I got married when I was 18, but we said that we weren't going to have kids for at least 5 years. But my wife's almost 5 years older than me. So, you know, I was 18, she was 23. So her clock caught up with her. And she decided, you know what, I'm like almost 30, I'm going to start pumping out kids. So I basically got screwed. So anybody that's out there, for the love of God, wait to have kids. I would wait until you're at least 25, but man, I wish I would have waited until I was older. There's just so much we can't do now. And, you know, I used to love to travel. I really want to go to Japan, but I mean, that's pretty much screwed unless we can get somebody that's going to take our kids for a couple weeks. So, yeah, keep it in the pants, or at least use a condom or something. I guess this is like the advice section now for the kids, but seriously, you don't even know how much it sucks. Don't get me wrong, I like my kids, I love my kids, but they tie you down big time. The wife wasn't so bad. I mean, everybody talks bad about the wives. My wife's a pain in the ass too. I'm sure she's not watching this, hopefully. But no, not like kids. Especially when it comes to traveling or vacations of any sort. So, yeah. That's basically it about me, I suppose. I was going to do like a quick walk through the house and stuff like that, but the kids are in bed now, and the wife didn't really want to clean up downstairs, and I understand that because I don't really want to clean up downstairs either. So I'm going to do a quick walk through the area here, and just, this is where I live. It's Norway, whatever else. And I don't know what else I would talk about myself, so that's that. I'm just going to grab the camera here, and we'll do a quick walkthrough. So this is obviously the room that I was just in. I don't even know what you'd call it in the U.S. I guess it's kind of like a breakfast nook. They call it like the winter garden. It's basically just when it's winter and a bunch of snow out and stuff, you can just hang it out here. But it's also nice, you know, on sunny days and stuff to just eat inside rather than be exposed. This is the backyard. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this from my various shooting videos. The house. So yeah, we live up on a hill. We live on an island called Oskay, and it's just outside the town of Bergen, which is the second largest town in Norway. It's only 250,000 people, so I mean it's not like it's impressive compared to U.S. standard, but it's still not so bad. So right now we're up on our terrace, and you know, we got a pretty decent view from the top of the hill here. A lot better before this guy built his terrace. But oh well. It's the way shit goes. So in there, that would be actually Bergen town, if I could keep this thing steady. So that bridge right there is called Putafjordsbroen. And that is where, that actually feeds the main town right there from all the places out here with the island. So, you know, that's all... Oh, man, I hate the zoom on this thing. Yeah, that would all be Bergen, the center of Bergen out there. And then, so yeah, this is just going up north, unless I'm really turned around, but I'm pretty sure it's north. And yeah, I mean, we got a decent view up here. And right now, by the way, it's starting to get a little bit dark. But, and like I said, you know, the kids are in bed, but it is currently at least 8 o'clock at night. So, yeah, it doesn't get too dark out here in the summers, which I guess is really nice. But, so yeah, our garage, my now much smaller car than I had in the U.S. And then I've probably discussed building this goddamn wall a million times before, but, the thing's 10 feet tall and an absolute pain in the ass to build. But, We still got a little bit to go, and then we need to fix the stairs after that got screwed up. But, you know, we're going to build a terrace up on that and hopefully have a pretty nice place. So yeah, you know, that's me, and I guess probably more than everybody wanted to know about me. So I guess I'm just going to cut it here. It's obviously already getting kind of long. We're over 15 minutes. So yeah, take it easy, guys. It's Latsabb, and this was my place.